Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a journey, exploring how to build something really significant. We're talking about a home data center.
Hmm.
So if you've ever dreamed of, reclaiming your digital space or mastering some cutting-edge tech, or maybe just wondered what it actually takes to run your own servers at home, well, you're definitely in the right place.
Absolutely. And our guide for this deep dive is a really insightful blog post by Quan Nguyen. He's the founder of Skill Wanderer, where we work, of course.
Yeah.
The post is titled Chronicles of a Home Data Center, Day Neck One Planning, Pitfalls, and the Agile Path.
Day naveling, so before you even start.
Exactly. It was published April 6, 2025, and interestingly, it kicks off on Hung King's Commemoration Day in Vietnam. That's a major national holiday there, honoring legendary founding fathers.
Huh. Kind of sets an inspiring tone, doesn't it? Building something lasting.
It really does.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive, we want to unpack that crucial day makes one planning phase. We'll explore the appeal, the allure, but also the stark realities and the strategic sort of agile approach you really need before you even think about buying hardware.
Yeah, get those valuable insights quickly, tailored for your own journey of discovery.
So let's kick this off. The big question.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why would anyone even consider building a home data center? I mean, it sounds complex.
It can be, but Quan shares his personal reason right away, those rising cloud costs.
Ah, yes, the cloud bill.
He realized that just like 3 months of cloud service fees could easily pay for decent secondhand hardware, or even just leveraging stuff you already have lying around.
That's a pretty powerful motivator.
For him specifically, that cost factor, plus having a really stable, high bandwidth internet connection, which is pretty common in Vietnam and his existing tech skills.
Made it a logical next step.
Exactly. It just made sense.
Yeah.
And we should clarify what home data center even means here. It's not necessarily, rows of humming racks like in a movie.
Right, not Google in your basement.
No, it can start really small, like even just one machine. It evolves.
Okay, let's unpack this. Beyond just cost, the source digs into some really compelling reasons, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Think about it as a fertile ground for tech skills.
Like what specifically?
Well, hands-on learning with enterprise stuff, Kubernetes, for instance.
K8s, right.
Yeah.
Container orchestration.
Yep. Or network storage like NFS, general networking, automation. It's an amazing sandbox and perfect for practicing agile methods, build small, test, learn, iterate.
And then there's the privacy angle.
Huge. Enhanced data privacy and control. When you host your own stuff,
You make the rules.
precisely. You define security policies, control who gets access. Data sovereignty, that gives you a peace of mind you just don't get relying solely on public clouds.
Okay, skills control. What about just running it day to day?
Well, once it's set up, the ongoing costs are basically electricity and your internet. And like we said, residential bandwidth in places like Vietnam is often really good, making self-hosting feasible.
And there are tools now, right, to access it securely.
Mm-hmm. Modern tools like Cloudflare Tunnel are fantastic. They basically create a secure connection out from your home network. So you don't need static IP, you don't need to open risky firewall ports. It just works.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Optimizes the internet you already pay for.
Exactly. Plus, you get amazing customization and efficient scaling. Start small, maybe just 2 old laptops, then grow incrementally. Add resources only when you actually need them.
Kind of just-in-time scaling.
That's the idea. It's the ultimate safe sandbox for trying things out.
And security.
Yeah.
You mentioned control, but can you really make it secure at home?
You absolutely can. You get granular security control, far beyond your basic ISP router. You can set up powerful firewalls, pfSense, OPN sensor, popular open source options. You can segment your network with VLANs, set up monitoring tools.
And that Cloudflare tunnel helps hide your home IP too, right?
Yep, adds another layer of protection. You're the architect of your own security.
Okay, so there's a lot going for it. Skills, control, cost potentially, security.
And don't forget the intrinsic challenge, the satisfaction. I mean, designing, building, operating, even a modest setup, it's intellectually engaging.
Solving those tricky problems.
Yeah. Successfully managing your own little tech ecosystem, that brings some real satisfaction. It's an adventure.
Okay, that's the allure. It sounds fantastic on paper.
But, and this is a big but, what's fascinating here is the essential counterpoint. We need a serious dose of reality.
Right. It's not all sunshine and Kubernetes dashboards.
Not at all. Building and running this stuff, even small scale, is not trivial. You need to really consider the costs, the complexity, the practical hurdles. If you ignore them.
And project abandoned, frustration sets in.
Exactly. So let's talk cons. First up, money, financial investment.
Both upfront and ongoing.
Yep. It can be cheaper than cloud long-term, but it's definitely not a low-cost hobby to start. You need capital for compute servers, maybe mini PCs, old laptops, SBCs.
Like Raspberry Pis or Orange Pis.
Yeah, things like the Orange Pi 5 are surprisingly capable and energy efficient, but they still cost money. Then storage hard drives, SSDs, networking gear switches, cables, power protection maybe.
Like a UPS, uninterruptible power supply.
Ideally, yes, though Quan mentions leveraging laptop batteries and his apartment's backup power initially. But the core hardware adds up, and then there's the ongoing electricity bill. Even efficient gear running 204/7 adds up.
Okay, so cost is real. What else?
Time, a significant time commitment, and technical complexity.
It's not plug and play, you said.
Far from it. You've got to invest considerable time in setup. OS installs, Kubernetes, NFS, networking, security configurations, and then there's the continuous maintenance, patching, backups, troubleshooting when things inevitably break.
It's an ongoing job, basically.
Pretty much. Then you've got the physical realities, noise, heat, space.
The hardware itself.
Yep. Servers can be noisy, though using laptops or modern SBCs helps a lot. They can be near silent, but all electronics make heat. You need good ventilation or things overheat and die early, and it needs a dedicated spot. Good airflow, easy access.
Can't just shove it under the bed.
Probably not a good idea. Then infrastructure dependencies. Stable power is key.
Right. Quan's laptop batteries and backup power.
And your internet upload speed can be a bottleneck if you're hosting things accessed from outside. Plus, managing your own internal network adds complexity. And the security burden. It's all on you.
You're the CISO, the sysadmin, the network engineer.
All of it. Firewalls, patching, secure configs, monitoring. It's constant vigilance.
Okay, technical hurdles, cost, time. But there's another factor, isn't there? The human one.
Oh, absolutely vital. Often overlooked. Sometimes called the WAVE or PAVE.
The wife acceptance factor or partner family acceptance factor.
Exactly. It sounds playful, but it's serious. Your project impacts the people you live with. Noise, heat, space use, the electricity bill bump, the time you spend fixing things instead of, well, other things.
Requires communication.
Open communication, absolutely. And Quan learned this one the hard way. There's a great little story in the post.
Oh, yeah. Tell.
Well, in his initial excitement, he set up a small switch and a couple of machines in a corner of his bedroom.
Uh-oh. I think I see where this is going.
Seemed fine during the day, but nighttime came, lights out.
Yeah.
And that corner turned into this unwanted disco.
Blinking lights?
Relentless blinking lights, network switch LEDs, power lights, disk activity flickers, just piercing the darkness.
Right, conducive to sleep.
Not at all. His wife, after trying very patiently, apparently made her feelings quite clear.
And the gear was?
Banished. Quote, banished the very next morning.
Uh-huh. Okay. Lesson learned loud and clear there.
Absolutely. Compute gear, especially anything running 24/7 with lights, needs its own dedicated non-intrusive space, far from bedrooms or relaxation areas. And beyond just location, talk about the scope, the impacts, the time commitment before you start.
Set expectations, find compromises, keep the peace.
Crucial for project success and domestic harmony.
Okay, so we've got the exciting possibilities, the serious challenges. How do we bridge that gap? How do we actually start this without getting swamped?
The solution proposed is adopting an agile mindset.
Agile, like in software development.
Sort of, yeah. But not necessarily rigid Scrum or anything. It's about the core philosophy. Start small. Build incrementally. Learn constantly from feedback, both the systems and your own. And adapt your plans.
Like building a sandcastle, you said earlier.
Exactly. Instead of designing a whole skyscraper up front, you start with a small part of the sandcastle. See how it holds up, learn, and build the next bit. A traditional waterfall approach, trying to plan everything perfectly from the start.
Just doesn't work well here.
It's often counterproductive. Tack changes, your interests might change, you'll hit unexpected snags, budgets aren't infinite. A rigid plan is brittle, it breaks easily.
So instead of a grand plan, you define, what was it, an MVP?
A minimum viable product, your very first iteration. Ask yourself, what's the absolute simplest thing I can build right now that delivers some tangible value or achieves one core learning goal?
Forget the bells and whistles for now.
Just the essential first block. And the source gives good examples. Maybe just setting up one laptop as an NFS server, test that it works from another machine. Done.
Or getting Kubernetes running on just one machine.
Yeah, a lightweight version like K3s or micro K8s, just get the dashboard up, that's an MVP. Or deploying one simple containerized app with Docker Compose. Small, specific, achievable.
Okay, so you define that small MVP. Then what?
Then you enter the iterate, learn, adapt loop. Quan calls it crucial. First, build it. Just the MVP. Resist adding more features, scope creep.
Keep it focused.
Second, use or test it. Get it running, interact, see how it performs. Is it stable? Third, and this is critical, learn from it. What was hard? What broke? What worked well? What new things did you figure out about, say, NFS permissions or Kubernetes networking?
Okay, build, test, learn.
And finally, adapt and plan next. Based directly on those learnings, decide the next small step. Maybe stabilize the current MVP, maybe add a small new feature, maybe realize your first approach was wrong and pivot.
That makes a lot of sense. It breaks it down.
It really does. It manages cost, reduces complexity, makes learning faster and more meaningful. Plus, seeing tangible progress keeps you motivated, and it gives you flexibility.
So you can change direction if needed.
Without throwing away a massive upfront plan, it turns this daunting build a data center idea into a series of manageable, even fun learning adventures.
But even before that first MVP build, there's one more step, right? The day measure one planning.
Yes, the homework phase. The source really emphasizes this. Skipping it is often why projects fail early.
So what's the purpose?
It's about grounding your enthusiasm in reality, translating that big ambition into a concrete, achievable starting point, setting realistic expectations for yourself, maybe for your family too, and it directly informs what that first MVP should actually be.
Okay, what does this homework look like?
First, get crystal clear on your initial goals. But keep it fun, right? Not rigid deadlines. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, like set up a single node K3s cluster.
Or configure laptop A as an NFS server.
Or install and configure Pi-hole for ad blocking. Specific tech goals that guide your immediate needs.
Got it. Then resources.
Honestly assess them. Budget, upfront spending tolerance, ongoing electricity cost, comfort level, time. How many hours realistically per week? Skills. What do you know? What do you need to learn? Are you willing? And gear. What suitable hardware do you already have? Catalog it.
Makes sense. And what about the physical space?
Evaluate your physical and network environment. Where will it live? Check ventilation, noise tolerance, accessibility, power, outlets, backup sources, circuit limits, networking, wired preferred, router close. What's your upload speed?
Okay. Goals, resources, environment. Then you put it all together.
Exactly. Synthesize all that to define your starting point, that first realistic MVP. Based on goals, constrained by resources, considering the environment, what's the logical first step? Documenting that definition is key. Like, day 0 MVP target, install Ubuntu server on laptop A, configure NFS, verify laptop B can mount it. Clear, specific.
That day NACS 1 planning sounds absolutely essential, but it raises a question. After all that planning, what if? What if you still hit a wall? What if it just doesn't work out?
That's the final crucial piece of mental prep the source talks about. Embrace the possibility of failure.
Okay. How does that help?
It's vital. Despite planning, things go wrong. Hardware dies, complex software resists configuration, maybe your interests just change. But Quan mentions drawing inspiration from people like Sir Richard Branson. The idea is, even if you fail, even if you fall flat on your face.
If you learned something.
Exactly. If you learned valuable lessons, and crucially, if you found enjoyment or satisfaction in the process, then the effort itself was worthwhile. Especially for a personal project like this, the journey, the fun, the learning that can absolutely justify the whole thing, win or lose the original goal.
That's a really healthy perspective. So, okay, there we have it. We've journeyed through the allure, the excitement of building your own digital space. We've had that reality check, the hurdles, the costs, the blinking lights in the bedroom.
Yes. The cautionary tale.
We've charted that strategic agile path, starting small, iterating, learning. And we've really dug into that vital day negas 1 planning the essential homework.
And the value of doing that homework before you dive in really can't be overstated, can it? Thinking critically first, why, what, where, how, tempering that ambition with realism. It just builds a stronger foundation.
For success, and just as importantly, for actually enjoying the process.
Right. It's about starting smart. And, as AI guides here at Skill Wanderer, we see Quan's commitment to this firsthand. His whole goal with Skill Wanderer is lighting the way for learners like you, providing practical, unbiased content, often AI curated now, completely free, fostering that community of shared growth. We're definitely excited to see where his series goes next, into day 0, turning this plan into action.
Taking those first concrete steps. So for you listening, here's a final thought to mull over. What single small step could you take today inspired by this deep dive? Maybe to begin, or just refine, a personal project you've been thinking about, embracing both the excitement and that realistic planning it deserves. Think about how these insights might apply to your own skill-wandering adventure.